This morning, President Putin presiding over an end-of-year question and answer session, his first since his full-scale invasion of Ukraine 22 months ago, vowing to fight on.
The peace will come when we reach our goals that you have mentioned, and coming back to the goals, they remain unchanged. So we have other opportunities either to come to terms or to have our way compellingly.
An embattled President Zelensky in Europe for talks over money and support after meeting President Biden earlier this week and failing to persuade Congress to approve billions more for Ukraine. NBC News invited to Putin's rare news conference Russia's autocrat looking to turn a page despite the continued war in Ukraine and opposition leaders and journalists in Russian jails. This morning, a Russian court extending the pre-trial detention for American reporter Evan Gershkovich to January the 30th. He was arrested last March on allegations of espionage, which he denies. Putin still keeping his stance with the West.
We see the fundamental conditions to establish full-fledged relations with them. So far, we see none.
The US says it believes Russia still aims to overwhelm Ukraine. Back home next year, Putin will stand for election after 23 years in power. Veteran politician Boris Nadezhdin plans to stand against him. He opposed Russia's so-called special military operation and openly says it's time to move on.
It's dead end. Dead end.
Ukraine's frozen conflict feels far from Moscow's snow-covered streets, where Russians are in holiday mood. Its wartime economy growing despite sanctions. Russian versions of stores have replaced Western brands. Reebok is now Sneaker Box, Starbucks, Stars Coffee, Timberland now Bootswood. Many people now concerned more about life back home than on the front line, while Putin appears undaunted. And Hoda, a New York Times reporter just asked President Putin about the jailed Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, asking whether it is true that there was an offer of a deal that Moscow refused. President Putin saying, we have not refused it, we want to have a deal, but it should be satisfying for both parties. Hoda?
All right. Keir Simmons for us there in Russia. Keir, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.